Hello YouTube. Today I decided to do a review on my EnV Touch. I know a lot of people asked me to make a review, but I waited so long and, everyone's upgrading from this, but I decided to still make it anyway. So, I've had this phone for 2 years and it's been a while, It's pretty much done the job for me, for what I was looking for. When I was on the market for a phone 2 years ago, I was looking for one that did three things: messaging, pictures, and internet. And it only pretty much fulfilled one of those, and that was messaging. It has a 3.2 megapixel camera, which is Snyder Cruise Knock, and it's really not that good. I mean, it takes decent photos of landscapes and stuff, but if you're taking pictures of your friends and stuff, it's crap. It, After a while, it got really pixelated. I don't know if it's the camera or if it's the phone, but overall, it just wasn't that good for me. Um, I like the patterns on the back. In my opinion, this is a really stylish phone. It has it has the chrome going on. It's doing its thing, but it doesn't really do much. Like, this is actually my third one, and I bought in. Something told me to buy insurance. Hold on. My friend Jake is texting me. Um, so it's I bought insurance for this, and I'm glad I did because after about a year, my first one broke. Um, Technologically, I mean, the software broke. The phone itself was fine, but the software wasn't working. So I got a new one three days later in the mail, and after that, it still had the same problems, but it wasn't as bad. And then the internal screen stopped working. It just turned black completely. And I brought it to the Verizon store with my dad, and the lady gave us a hard time. She put it through this machine, I don't know, and apparently there was an internal crack that didn't have to do with the hardware. And I was telling her, I don't drop the phone. It stays in my bag all day. It's not like anything's gonna happen to it. And you know, she just wouldn't. She's like, I don't know. She just wants to be a pain in the ass. She didn't want to give me another refurbished phone. I mean, what am I paying $15 a month for? But I bought another one. Actually, I didn't buy it. I got it for free from the LG texting competition. And I originally wanted to save this and sell it on eBay, but my personal phone broke, so I had to use this. And I still have it. As you can see, it still works. I put my number on it in late November, so it's been about 3 or 4 months with this. So altogether, I've had this phone for about 2 years. I like it. It's not the best though. It's not gonna, impress my friends, but all my friends have Blackberries because their contracts came up, you know. But for me, it does the thing. If I want to send a text message, I can send it without a problem. If I want to take a picture, I'm gonna have to use my camera because this isn't really that good. The internet, if you want to go on Twitter, if you're like on a bus or something, and you're willing to wait the extra minute for the internet to load, then go for it. I mean, as you can see, the internet can't even load the homepage. It's really slow. And Verizon, I mean, this is how they make millions of dollars. They throw this data plan for $10 out there for megabytes, and me, I was like, okay, that's not that bad. $10 a month for megabytes. I didn't really know what that was, but basically, megabytes is how much you use it, and they only give you 25 megs a month. And I was using Facebook and Twitter, pretty much after school, when I was on my way home, when I was in the car going to school, and I racked up almost 300, and they charge you $3 every megabyte after you go over it. So my bill was, of course, about 190 over, and I just turned it off after that. I never dealt with it. They offered me an unlimited plan for $30, and I just said no. I'm not gonna deal with that. $190, but um, you know, what are you gonna do? The one feature that I can say I can use and use well is the calendar. If there are parties coming up, track meets, dentist appointments, because I go to the dentist once a month because I have braces. It does its thing. But overall, I gave it about a 7 out of 10. Um, I'm hopefully getting a new phone soon, and I wanted to cover some questions that you consumers might have. I know it's still on the market. Um, I wouldn't recommend it though because, as you might know, they've been paying a lot of attention to their smartphone line. They come out with Droids like every other week now. There's a new Droid every month, at least. It's really ridiculous now. I know they could discontinue the EnV line, unfortunately. They still have this phone up for sale, certified pre-owned, if you want to get it, but I wouldn't recommend it because they don't make new software for this phone anymore. So if there's a defect, if it shuts off or something, they're not going to make new software because they discontinued the line of phones. That's why when my contract comes up, I'm getting rid of this thing right away because, it's, even though it's a good phone, it gets the job done. Verizon needs to get their act together with how their phones work. If you have a lot of people on a network, even if you do shut off the phone, you know that there's still people that use the phone. This is a case I just put on, by the way. I think it looks pretty nice. If there's still people that are using the phone, then, don't just leave them out there. Not everyone wants a smartphone. They pretty much discontinued their feature phone line, and, whatever. There are other companies that have feature phones, so if you want to check them out, then you can do that. But overall, I give this a 7 out of 10. Actually, an 8 out of 10 because, it does things pretty well. I can't lie. Even though it's giving me a lot of problems with data and stuff like that, with it shutting off, I've never dropped a call once. There's never been a time that I remember calls being dropped. So, it's worth all of the hassle. That's pretty much my opinion. If you want to get the phone, then go for it. But I pointed out all my problems and non-problems. So, enjoy.